You ever notice how some people seem to make money effortlessly while you're working twice as hard and barely staying afloat? You hustle, you grind, you do everything right. But somehow, no matter how much comes in, it never feels like enough. There's always something taking it away, always another crisis, always another reason why this isn't your time yet. If you're here right now, you know that exhausting feeling of running full speed on a treadmill that's going nowhere. And I need to tell you something that might sting. It's not bad luck, it's your mindset. And that mindset is costing you everything. Here's what this actually looks like. You see an opportunity, a course that could level up your skills, a networking event, a chance to invest in yourself. But your first thought isn't, how can I make this work? It's, I can't afford that. Even when you technically could, even when it might change everything, your brain immediately goes to lack, to what you don't have, to why it won't work for you. Someone offers you a business opportunity. Your mind floods with worst-case scenarios. What if you fail? What if you lose money? So you say no. You stay safe, and then you watch someone else take that same opportunity and succeed, and you tell yourself they were just lucky. They had advantages you didn't have. But here's the truth. While you were calculating all the ways it could go wrong, they were figuring out how to make it work. Different mindset, different results. What you're operating with is called a scarcity mindset, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe there's not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough for everyone to win. So you hoard what you have, you play small, you avoid risks, and by doing that, you guarantee that you'll never have more than you have right now. This mindset usually comes from real scarcity. Maybe you grew up poor, maybe you watched your parents struggle, maybe you lived through a time when there genuinely wasn't enough. Your brain learned to operate in survival mode, and survival mode doesn't build wealth. Survival mode protects, it conserves, it plays defense, and you can't get rich playing defense. Let me tell you about Monica. She's a graphic designer, talented as hell, could easily charge premium rates. But Monica charges half what her competitors charge because she's terrified if she raises her prices, she'll lose all her clients. So she stays busy, exhausted, working with people who don't value her, making barely enough to survive. Monica grew up watching her mom get fired from job after job, unstable income, constant fear. The lesson Monica absorbed? Never ask for too much or they'll replace you. Be grateful for whatever you get. Now Monica's 41, burnt out, still living paycheck to paycheck, and she can't understand why her less talented peers are thriving. What if the reason you're not rich has nothing to do with money at all? Monica doesn't have a pricing problem. She has a worthiness problem disguised as market strategy. She believes at her core that there's not enough to go around, that someone else getting more means she gets less, that raising prices means being greedy. So she stays small, safe, struggling. Here's what the scarcity mindset doesn't let you see. Wealth isn't a pie with limited slices. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your opportunities. In fact, abundant people create opportunities. They invest, they build, they hire, they spend. Scarcity thinking makes you compete for crumbs. Abundance thinking makes you bake more pies. The way out starts with catching yourself in scarcity thoughts. Notice when your first reaction is, I can't afford it. Ask yourself, is that actually true, or is that just your default setting? Could you afford it if you really wanted to? Could you find a way? Because people with abundance mindsets don't say, I can't afford it. They say, how can I afford it? Different question, different outcome. Start noticing how you talk about money. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't all be rich. That's for other people. Every time you say something like that, you're reinforcing the neural pathways of scarcity. Start saying different things. Money flows to me. I'm worthy of wealth, even if it feels fake at first. Your brain believes what you tell it. Invest in yourself even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Take that course, go to that event, hire that coach. Abundance-minded people bet on themselves before they have proof it'll work. Scarcity-minded people wait for guarantees that never come. And here's the most important shift. Start celebrating other people's wins instead of feeling threatened by them. When someone in your field succeeds, study what they did instead of explaining it away with luck or privilege. Abundance thinking says, if they can do it, so can I. Scarcity thinking says, they took my spot. You will never build wealth while operating from fear of loss. Wealth requires risk, vision, belief that there's more available to you than what you can see right now. Scarcity keeps you stuck because it makes you play not to lose, instead of playing to win. If you're watching this and thinking, this is me, I want you to know something. A scarcity mindset isn't your fault. Your brain learned it as protection. But here's the truth you need to hear. You don't stay poor because you lack money. You stay poor because you're afraid of losing it. And that pattern can be changed. Do you constantly think there's not enough? Do you avoid opportunities because you're scared of losing what little you have? Drop in "I feel this way" in the comments. You'll realize you're not alone. And if you want to understand more about how to shift from scarcity to abundance thinking, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. In the next video, we're going to talk about why you sabotage yourself right when money starts flowing and how to finally break that cycle. See you then.